Brazil's Bolsonaro faces government probe into his handling of Covid-19. São Paulo, Brazil, CNN. Brazil's Senate launched an inquiry Tuesday into a federal government response to Covid-19, which could hobble President Jair Bolsonaro's re-election bid if it leads to an impeachment proceeding or criminal charges. Bolsonaro has long downplayed the ferocity of the pandemic while resisting lockdown measures and mask wearing. While COVID-19 cases have started to plateau or decline in other countries, Brazil's cases have continued to surge. Angry citizens, political advisory, and overwhelmed local officials across the country have pressed Bolsonaro for more federal action, even as he has publicly slogged off these concerns. Although the Senate Commission is not a judging body, it has the power to gather evidence to make the case for impeachment. Moreover, the Commission will also look into the federal funds transfers to states and municipalities to fight COVID-19. I'm not worried because we owe nothing, Bolsonaro told the reporters Monday about the awaited commission report. But Bolsonaro's political fate hangs in the balance, with the Senate split in favor of outing him to usher to former government ally Omar Aziz as president, along with opponent Rodriguez and Renan Calheiros as vice president and rapporteur, respectively. Senate Renan Calheiros, the Commission's rapporteur, emphasized the seriousness of the inquiry in a speech on Monday, vowing that the culprits who were to blame for the action, omission, disdain, or incompetence, and they will be held accountable. Bolsonaro's weakening base. The recently Supreme Court approved the inquiry circulated among government ministries for information about the accusations against Bolsonaro is a blow to his base, which attempt to bar the Commission from investigating the issue of pandemic management. Accusations include claims that Bolsonaro and his government sabotages the isolation measures, threatened governors and mayors who applied restrictive measures and refused to wear masks or encourage their use. Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro. Another point of contention is how the pandemic has been managed in Manaus, the state capital of Amazonas, where hospitals are stretched beyond capacity. The commission, backed by a study done by several local non-profits and academic groups, resolved to evaluate delays in purchasing vaccines from Pfizer, possible negligence and incompetence in purchasing and administering vaccines, excessive spending on drugs with proven efficacy, and the failure to stock needed to supplies such as syringes to the public health system. The study, based on more than 3,000 government speeches, interviews, and actions, found that the federal government bet on the herd immunity strategy to manage their virus in favor of bolstering the Brazilian economy. Since April last year, there has been an institutional strategy for the propagation of COVID-19 in Brazil led by the president, but implemented by the entire federal government to achieve the herd immunity through contagion. This is what our study concludes. Research coordinator Daisy Venturato told CNN. Aerial view of graves of COVID-19 victims at the Nossa Senhora Aparecida Cemetery in Manaus, Amazon State, Brazil on April 15, 2021. Threat of impeachment. If the inquiry were to profit an impeachment vote, it would require at least two-thirds of the 530 deputies and a simple majority of 81 senators to remove the Bolsonaro from office. Vice President and Army General Hamilton Mourão would then assume control of the federal government if the commission concludes that the president committed common crimes. The Attorney General's office could initiate the investigation or file a complaint to the Supreme Court. Research coordinator Ventura told CNN that the looming question is whether there is sufficient political will to properly investigate Bolsonaro. The president does not stop spreading fake news, does not stop inciting the population to disobey health authorities, does not stop inciting the population to expose themselves to the virus. Even in the face of the corrupts of the public health, said Ventura. In the researcher's view, she continued, the federal government actions may constitute a crime against humanity.